2 years ago, my daughter was born. Becoming a parent is incredible, but it brings a mountain of new responsibilities. Suddenly, the vast expanses of free time I used to have vanished. Learning anything new felt physically impossible. Whenever I looked into how long it takes to pick up a new skill, the same advice echoed everywhere: the 10,000-hour rule. It stands as the culturally accepted standard for learning. This chart shows exactly why that number is so terrifying. You have this towering 10,000-hour column representing the requirement, standing next to this microscopically thin sliver that represents an adult's actual available free time. Carving out that much practice time is a mathematical nightmare. Looking deeper into the research reveals a massive misinterpretation. The 10,000-hour requirement applies to those seeking to become world-class experts, rather than those who simply want to learn the basics. If the goal is simply to become competent at something new, the actual time requirement drops drastically. You only need 20 hours of deliberate practice. The idea that mastery takes a lifetime acts as a psychological trap. It weaponizes time against us, paralyzing overwhelmed adults into abandoning their interests before they even attempt them. The 20-hour requirement is highly accessible, just 45 minutes of practice daily for a month. Rule 1. Deconstruct the skill. Break massive subjects into manageable components. Rule 2. Self-correction. Learn enough initial theory to recognize your mistakes and fix them in real time. Applying these first two rules shifts the entire process. You move from passively trying to absorb information to engaging in highly efficient, active problem solving. Rule 3 demands we remove all behavioral friction. That means absolute isolation from distractions, like your phone or TV, requiring uninterrupted, deep focus. Finally, Rule 4 is pre-commitment. You make a firm psychological contract with yourself to complete the full 20 hours before you start. This ensures you won't quit when the process inevitably gets difficult. To test this framework, I chose a completely new physical instrument, the ukulele. I applied the rules, treating the instrument as a system to be mechanically pulled apart and practiced in tiny pieces. The results were immediate. By maintaining strict adherence to the protocol, I went from zero knowledge to confidently performing a song in front of an audience in exactly 20 hours. These rules form a targeted, highly engineered toolkit designed to force rapid competence. But the mechanics of learning only tell half the story. The real challenge happens internally, right at hour zero, when you first sit down to practice. Adults struggle to learn because of the profound human fear of feeling incompetent and looking foolish. Looking at this learning curve graph, we can see exactly how the 4 rules act as a psychological shield. The line plunges into a deep, painful trough of early frustration, but then sharply spikes upward the moment it crosses the rigid 20-hour threshold. Pre-commitment specifically forces you across that threshold. It bridges the painful gap between feeling completely inadequate and achieving functional ability. Functional ability requires a brief 20-hour test of courage. By tolerating the discomfort of being a beginner for just that long, almost any skill becomes accessible.